Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Okay, so back in Euro Truck Simulator and 2, and we're in a Volvo dealer at the moment, just asleep. So let's get some rest in. Right, Molly's earned some money. Perfect. And Hanker, I'm sure they all have. So let's have a quick look and find a job. So we're in Luxembourg at the moment. Perfect. And okay. We haven't really done much of France, have we? So let's take some caviar to there. Nice. Okay, and in the last episode I spoke about Amazon Prime having oh look, we're out of air. Amazon Prime having deals on where you can buy sat-navs on the monthly. So I quickly had a look, and TomToms are available for £51 a month, and the other one, what's it bloody called? The other good one. Right, let me quickly do this. Garmin. I hope that worked. Yeah, Garmin is 60 quid a month. I don't know what ones they are, but yeah, they're the kind of good ones. I think there's another one as well, but I can't remember what it's called. I'm not going to put affiliate links in or anything like that. And the reason why Garmin is more expensive is probably because it's a bigger unit or something like that. But I'd go for, yeah, the biggest screen you can get. There are some Chinese HGV sat-navs. So I did have an ex-Godi 7-inch sat-nav for trucks. But with them, the maps are more difficult to update and you never fully trust it. Also, the traffic isn't very good on them, but it's definitely good as a backup. But I wouldn't use that as a main unit. So, like I've said before, I always used to have spares just in case, because it's petrifying. Absolutely petrifying. And I always used to have spare leads as well. So cables for my phone, sat-nav, all that kind of stuff. Right. Let's pick this up. Right, take job. And yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. Them like lesser known brands. But yeah, they're not going to be as good as a TomTom or a Garmin or whatever that other one is. I can't remember. And something else as well, if you're dealing with straps all the time, you can get a really cheap, like ratchet straps, I mean, you can get a really cheap winder for them. So I got one. It was just a blue plastic thing. It wasn't built great, but it saved me probably 20 minutes a day or something, and it was about 8 quid or something. So yeah, some lorry drivers used to laugh at me as I was using it, but I didn't really care. It was really simple. Right, let's pick this up. Yeah, I really didn't care. And it was so cheap that if it got broken, it just didn't matter. I could just buy another one. Okay. Yeah, I think what I'll do is make a video of just some of the equipment I used to have, because where I've kind of done it, it's still quite fresh in my mind, all the stuff that really helped me out.
Turn right, and then keep left.
And yeah, if you can save yourself like 20 minutes a day or whatever, that's amazing, isn't it? Because that just means that yeah, you can take more time doing your deliveries and still be more efficient than other workers. Cheers, mate. And then when you turn up to a delivery and they're taking ages, or collection and they're taking ages, you don't have to make that awkward phone call with your boss or manager saying it's not my fault they're taking ages, because it is really awkward.
Continue straight on.
Because obviously the planners have probably got your next job lined up and you're just sat there watching them all standing around doing bugger all, and you're thinking, I need to get going. They're not all like that though. I've met some really nice people in like warehouses and all that kind of stuff. Right, so 3 hours, yeah, so we'll easily make this one.
First exit. Exit now.
Ugly coach. Yeah, I had a look at Flixbus the other day as well, like in real life. And their prices have gone up a lot. They used to be so cheap, but everything's gone up, hasn't it? Everything's really bloody expensive now.
Keep left, and then continue straight on.
Oh, turn that off.
Continue straight on.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, and as for food as well, so obviously in the last episode I was talking about that fella who's considering becoming a lorry driver, getting his licence and everything, and he was talking about food. So obviously you're a little bit limited in a truck, because you haven't got much space. Some of them do come with microwaves now, but yeah, you're a little bit limited. And someone I used to work with, genuinely, he used to eat MREs every day, so army, so military meals ready to eat. So they cost a fortune. It's not a good idea. It costs an absolute fortune. He was probably spending about 1/10 of his daily wage on food, which to me is just inappropriate. But yeah, you are quite limited, but there are some kind of hacks that you can do to yeah, get a pretty good meal quite cheap. When you stay in services, you do usually get a 10 quid meal voucher, but that doesn't really go that far unless they've upped it since whatever this is we're going through. But yeah, like if you have a look at hiking food, that's all really expensive, but some people make their own kind of packs up. I haven't got any links to share in the description, but
and then exit right.
yeah, people make their own packs up for their hikes, and it can work out a lot cheaper. But I never used to bother with all that. I used to buy tinned food,
Right.
noodles, stuff like that. Tinned curries, perfect. I never used to do anything elaborate. And you can get grills for trucks, like camping grills, but you've got to be so careful with that kind of stuff in a lorry. I also tried my old Trangia stove in the lorry, but the spirits that I used in it stank, so I never went back to that. But that was quite a good good method. But yeah, I just used to have one of the big rectangular gas stoves, and I've still got it now, and I've still got about 9 canisters for it. Hopefully I don't go out of date. Right, 87 miles away. Need to be over there. Oh yeah, and so many pens as well, because people steal them without realising. So I always used to have loads of stationery on me. And yeah, you stand on them because obviously you're moving around in the cab a lot as well. So you'll leave a pen there and then stand on it, and you'll be using a shattered biro for a week. Right. Oh no, tolls. Right, I think we can just go through here, can't we? Right. I kept meaning to see whether you could get round this, round the toll, because obviously where I can drive off the map now, it'd be interesting to see what happened. I'm not going to do it in the series, I'll do it off camera if I have time. I'm really short on time at the moment, unfortunately, spare time to record and everything. It's a shame. But where I live quite cheap, it might not be that much further into future that I can actually do full-time YouTube. So I did say in the last episode I'm far from it, but looking at the numbers and everything, maybe like 6 months or something, if the channel keeps growing like it is, that'd be amazing. And I have loads of time. I'll be able to respond to comments almost instantly and do more charity work as well, because yeah, I would like to do that. And I've just realised I haven't figured out this fuel issue, so yeah, that is a bit of a cheat, isn't it? We've got about 80,000 litres of fuel in the tank at the moment. Yeah, 30,000 litres. I really don't know why it's done that. Anyway. Yeah, and washing clothes as well. So I was talking about, yeah, like having to actually wash in your truck. So obviously a lot of the time your trailer will be empty when you're parked up in a lay-by. Because, yeah, obviously whenever I didn't have a high value cargo, I'd try and park up in a lay-by or somewhere that was free. And, yeah, so when your trailer's empty, you can just jump in there and have a wash. So, yeah, then it doesn't matter when you, like, spill water everywhere or whatever. Like I said before as well, it was chucking it down once. It was torrential rain. It was in the summer. But, yeah, jumped out, pulled the curtain out, opened the door, parked in a lay-by, and just had a shower and was... Sorry, mate. Was hoping that the rain didn't abruptly stop. But that saved me loads of water as well, because, yeah, getting water in a truck is annoying. So I used to buy 5 litre bottles of water, and that doesn't really go that far. Like, when you've brushed your teeth, had a wash, had 84 coffees to wake yourself up, the water's pretty much gone. Oh yeah, and boiling a bag rice as well, that was something that was excellent, because boiling a bag rice means that you don't have to do as much washing up. So yeah, that was another little hack that I used to do, and that's pretty cheap. I never used to get the branded stuff. And if you want, you can put seasoning in the water, and because the bags are perforated, yeah, it flavours the rice. So I used to have like chili flakes and all that kind of stuff. It was good. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so you can use the
Keep
back.
right, and then exit right.
And sometimes I used to use it just as a kind of
Exit
cooking
right.
place. Like if I was going to be cooking something that stank, like I really like hot curries, and
Turn
very
left.
occasionally I'd get like, oh that's weird. There's a weight restriction up there, so we can't drive up there anyway. But yeah, very occasionally I'll get like a vindaloo curry liquid thing, and yeah, if I was cooking something like that, because it's got like curtains and stuff and upholstery, I'd just jump in the back and cook it up. Oh no, hit the sign.
Exit now.
Signalling in the wrong direction. It's all gone to pot.
Keep right.
Oh, keep right. No, keep left.
At the roundabout, take the third.
Jolly's getting flustered. Anyone want a bounty?
Exit now.
Up the curb. Perfect.
Turn left.
Right.
You have arrived at your destination.
My goodness. Maybe this mod isn't as good as I thought it was. Okay. Can't actually remember what we were delivering. Oh, caviar. Yeah, and there's shops like BM or B&M, whatever it's called. Stuff like that. Home bargains. They quite often do cheap meals that you can get. And it's always best to take more than you need, because yeah, if you're doing a job and then something really close comes up, you might end up doing a lot more time on the road than you originally thought. I really wanted to go south. I think it's going to have to be this one. Canned tuna. Okay. No, let's take watermelons then. Yeah, so we won't make it there on this episode, I don't think. But we can start making our way there. And also, BM and that kind of stuff, that's usually where I used to get my gas from, my camping stove gas. Because if you buy it off Amazon, yeah, some of them can be really, really expensive.
Turn right.
I know I'm right on the
At the roundabout,
other side of the road,
take
but that's
the
all right.
first exit.
We're jolly.
Exit now.
Right, so 58 grand we've got. Yeah, so the next
At
purchase
the roundabout,
needs to be the next garage, and I'm not sure where to put it yet. I'm not sure whether to have it in the UK or somewhere else.
now.
Don't know, haven't decided.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
Yeah, when you're buying all your equipment though, you've got to think about what happens when your truck goes in for a service, or if you work for a company where yeah, someone else is going to be using your truck. Every time you have to switch, you have to take all your equipment out, and when you think about it, it doesn't seem that bad, but them steps, it's so annoying, like having to climb up a ladder with all your stuff, and yeah, like if you don't trust the person that's taking your truck out, you have to take everything out. Oh my goodness, it's a pain in the bum, it really is. But obviously, yeah, if a truck's not moving and not earning money, then yeah, the company's not going to be doing that great, is it? And as for like sleeping bags and stuff, I just always used to use a quilt. That's all I used to use. So I had a bottom quilt for like hygiene, and then a top blanket, and that was perfect for me. Some people want all the sleeping bag and everything, but I just used to find that it was easier with a couple of blankets and takes up less space as well. Easier to wash, and you're more likely to yeah, take it home and wash it. Much cheaper as well. Some sleeping bags can be 700 quid. I couldn't believe it. And upwards. Camping used to be something that was so cheap. Come on. I know I'm in the wrong gear. Windmill. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to find a mod to fix this as well, so that I had 8 high, but unfortunately I couldn't find one. But I will try and sort that out at some point. Yeah, maybe in the next truck that I have, I'll be able to sort something out. Sorry, mate. Our window open. Oh. Just damaged the trailer, Jacob. Yeah, so I spoke about this recently as well, so when it goes really narrow, and yeah, so look at this bit here. If you were in that lane, you'd be hoping that the lorry driver next to you is paying attention and sees that the lane, like they need to swerve a little bit. It's petrifying, it really is. And I remember once I was sitting in a services, and a truck pulled in, and as they were, I can't remember whether they were parking or just moving about, but basically his mirror slashed the curtain of a truck, and then he just drove off. Luckily though, I had the oh, I shouldn't have slowed down so much. Luckily I had the dash camera on all the time, so even when I was sleeping the dash camera was on, because yeah, obviously if a load gets nicked, you want to be able to prove to your boss that you had nothing to do with it. So if you can yeah, provide any evidence to the police or whatever, you're laughing. Anyway, the dash camera was rolling, and I was just sat there drinking my coffee, saw it happen, and it actually punctured the curtain, and then he just drove off really quick. And I was hoping that he was going to stop, obviously. You know, park up and then go and knock on the door, but he didn't. So it was a UK company that had been crashed into. So yeah, I went and knocked, and I said, someone's just gone up the side of your trailer, and he was gutted. But I said, I've got the footage, and I couldn't email it that day, but yeah, when I got back home, I emailed it to his company, and yeah, so he got in less trouble for it. Yeah, duct tape is something that you'll really need as a lorry driver if you've got a curtain sider. Because unfortunately, buggers, they'll cut a little L into your curtain and use it to peep through and see whether you've got any gear worth nicking. And it's so degrading when you're driving along and you just see it flapping around in the wind. So yeah, duct tape, perfect. And my trailer had anti-slash curtains on it, so it's basically got a mesh, but you can still slash the top layer, which is what everyone sees, like the outside layer. So it still looks really bloody ugly. I hate criminals like that, I really do. They don't understand the damage that they cause and the grief. And also when you've been robbed, like, it's just never the same. You feel like you've had your space violated. So luckily I haven't been robbed, but there's been a few like attempts, and yeah, it's just horrible. And once I was almost burgled many years ago, but luckily my dog heard what was going on, and I could hear something, and there was a bloke jumping over the fence, and yeah, I could hear something going on, but didn't know what it was. And yeah, my little dog was going crazy, and my Alsatian realised something was going on, so she was going crazy as well. Opened the back door, and yeah, he left bleeding, let's put it that way. But yeah, it was quite horrible knowing that someone was going to be like going through the garden, like 2 houses ago where I used to live, going through the garden and like looking through the windows and trying to break in. Well, okay, we'll stay in the outside lane then. Right, don't slow down so much. That'll do. And it wasn't like, yeah, mansion either, so I'm not rich. So, yeah, it was someone trying to steal off someone who was just, like, normal. And it was rented as well, it wasn't my house. Yeah, so because the bloke had been bitten, so basically when he saw me at the door, and, well, I presume it was a he. Yeah, it was, I remember him grunting. When he saw me at the door, he tried climbing back over the fence. But, yeah, my dogs got to him before he managed to get over. So, yeah, obviously, where that was a potential crime, I phoned the police, and the police came out, and he broke a little bit off my garden shed where he like kicked it, so that was the damage. And yeah, I had to admit that my dogs had a go on his ankle, and yeah, they couldn't like swab for DNA or anything. It was pointless because it was hours after they got there. It happened about 2 in the morning, and yeah, but they had to check hospitals to see whether anyone had been admitted with dog bite wounds, and the police officer was excellent. So he said that he's not going to put that my dogs had bitten him in the thing, because then there'd have to be an investigation to see whether my dogs were dangerous, and they weren't dangerous at all. If someone came up to me and was acting aggressive, then yeah, they would be dangerous because they'd be protecting me. But if you just left them alone, then they'd be absolutely fine. But obviously that was someone coming into their property or trying to. So yeah, the police officer left out the dog bit, which I thought was good. But yeah, I think if someone said that my dogs had to be put down for something like that, I don't have dogs anymore, but I think if that happened, I would have actually run away with them and just gone and lived in the woods until they dropped charges. Yeah, because dogs are like family in the... well, probably nearly everywhere in the world. Right. Another one, so we'll try and go through this one. Really over revving the engine again. Perfect. Cheers, mate. Right. I don't think... yeah, he's going to have to stop there. So I wish that they'd fix this merging as well. And also, when you're in France, obviously, there's a lot more time between the tolls. And you'll have a tag, probably, that allows you to just pass straight through them. And you don't have to be in the outside lane for it either. So it'll just automatically open. Right, so we've got 60 grand now. I can't remember whether we've still got a loan to pay off. I think we have. But yeah, genuinely can't remember.
Keep right, and then keep left.
Okay, keep right and keep left. Yeah, and a few times when I was parked up in lay-bys, I had people pull up, and I knew that they were going to be trying to have a look in the back of my truck. Oh, oh no, diversion. We were close as well.
Recomputing.
17 miles away now. Bugger it.
Keep right.
Yeah, but usually, like, unless you've got a really high value cargo, like, I don't know, electronics or something, usually just making them aware that there's someone in the cab will be a bit of a deterrent. And yeah, so someone I used to work with, I've mentioned him before, so he used to work for a car delivery thing. And he got done over one day in a lay-by. And after that, if they were parking up somewhere, you know, if they had to park up somewhere, they'd do regular check-ins with their company. And they'd also send their exact GPS coordinates. So most trucks now are tracked anyway.
Right.
But yeah, they did a check-in service, so every hour they had to phone in and yeah, press a couple of buttons, and then yeah, the company knew that they were all right.
Turn left.
What am I doing? I know we've gone over, but we're so close to it. Let's get another delivery done. So yeah, sorry it's run over, but it seems stupid parking up 3 minutes away from the thingamajig.
Get ready to turn.
Shame we're not delivering in there. I can't remember whether we've even done one of them yet.
Turn left, and then turn left.
Okay.
Turn left.
the lights.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, maybe it is accurate, the suspension. I just don't know. I think it's where my steering wheel is so noisy. I think that's what makes me feel like it's crap, when in actual fact it isn't. Right. So we'll get this parked up, and then, yeah, we'll end the episode there. Just trying to think whether I've got time to do one more recording. I don't think I have. No, I haven't. Bugger it. Okay. That'll do. Okay. So we'll get that dropped off or unloaded. Nice. And let's really quickly have a look at bank loan. 77 left to pay. Oh. Well, we can't do it because we haven't got that. But that's all right. Okay, so let's go on to this and put it in the day. So this is the photo mode. So this is how I make the thumbnails for all of them. Right, so thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate each and every view. And if you've liked this, please feel free to join me in the next one. So, cheers, everyone, and bye for now.
Platform 17 for the 1832 Southend service to Brighton, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Aldcombe, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill,